What is going on, guys? This is Republic Bricks. My name is Bryce.
And my name is Timmy.
And today we got another huge dispute we got going on here. These two are great sets. We got the Imperial Star Destroyer, and we got the Venator Class Republic, 2014, 2009. Yeah, I'm having trouble picking on this one. What do you think, Timmy?
So I'll start this off here. So we got the 2009 Venator Class Republic Attack Cruiser. Unlike this one over here, the Imperial Star Destroyer, we've only got one of these sets. And this is from the Clone Wars. And I want to start off why I like this one a bit more. Originally, I remember I got this the first day that it came out. Well, no, I didn't get the first day it came out. I actually got it for Christmas, and I was so excited because my grandma, she got it for me for Christmas. And all those figures were basically exclusive to the set besides the Clone Gunner at the time. And so I was so excited for that because you couldn't get Senate Commandos ever before, and you couldn't get Chancellor Palpatine until it came out in the Magnus set like a year or two later. So just the minifigures at first, it brings back a lot of nostalgic value, and I'm sure it does for many people, and that's why I would choose this one over. And just to start off, you got like these awesome guns, you know, here on the sides, and you can just move them around. And I think that's really cool about this, and this really is just like in the Clone Wars. Like I definitely remember, like, do you watch like the Boba Fett one? You can just imagine like Boba Fett like in here when he was shooting like the cannon things they were putting out. That was like in season 2 of Star Wars: The Clone Wars when he tried to kill Mace Windu. So yeah, that's my first thing about this set. What about you, Bryce?
So I think personally that one looks a little too busy. On the surface, it's just too many parts for me. Looks too hectic. I really like the clean surface of this one. So you can see it's all really flat. He's got guns, you know, they're much bigger, but these are much closer, much tighter in. You can move them much easier, in my opinion. It's just easier to control, less high maintenance, personally. It just, I don't know, it is newer, made in 2014, so, but it just looks older. I don't know what it is. That one looks like a new set. This one looks like an old set, even though it's not. And the great thing about this is that because it's so new, or because it's newer, you can get it for a much better price. Much better price.
Well, he said you can get for a much better price, and that depends. So basically, if you look on Bricklink right now, you basically get each of them $160 used complete. But then if you go to the sealed values, and when you really start, like that one's like $210, and this one's like $330. So I think it really just depends on, you know, what you want to build. Like if you're building a Clone Wars mock, like the thing that's kind of difficult about this one is like you would have to have these flying in the sky. I think it's with both of these, since these are so big. Like you could fit like AT-ATs in here, and you could fit Republic, like you could fit like 30 Republic attack gunships in like a real scale of like this set. So you have to have it flying, you know, high in the sky. But if we do get into like where like the actual interior of it, okay, so what we'll do is we'll zoom in here, and you can see like you got the Palpatine's little like chair. I think that's really cool. And then he's like inspecting, you know, whatever he's inspecting. And one of my favorite parts about this set is like you have this thing right here. If you put it out, you got the Death Star plans. So I think that's really cool that, you know, this is like the only set you do get the Death Star plans in. I think that's, you know, really awesome that you do get.
If you want to talk about many exclusive pieces like that, this is how you'd get. This is Emperor Palpatine. Just a tiny little like exclusive. You can't get it anywhere else. Like this tiny guy right here. Just you fit in like much smaller than a figure. I mean, just to have this, exclusive thing. I mean, you get him if you want it on mini mocks. You get him executing Order 66. I mean, you can't get that anywhere else. This is like an awesome exclusive set for that. It is so small, but it is so exclusive. Just like the Death Star planes and that is really cool. So I'm gonna show you guys inside. Before I do that though, Timmy does have a really good point there about the mocks. These aren't made for mocks. They're so out of scale because if you were to put this in scale, it would be the size of the room. Because, I mean, fitting one of these, like any of these things in it, it's not going to happen. Like, it's small, so it's not made for mocks, which is disappointing about it. But, you know, you can't really ask.
A UCS version would be cool to see of one of these sets. I think they did have a UCS Imperial Star Destroyer, but
wish it was a little bit cooler.
Yeah,
I do like, though, in this one, unlike his, there's only certain parts that open up. This thing, the entire body folds right out. So that's what I love about that. It makes it much easier to move everything, work with the figures. If you want to, you know, have fun with this thing, it's just much easier to. Also, it's just like you could. So he opened his up before. It's such a small window in here. It's so tiny. Can you lift that up? There we go. So it's such a tiny window in here. Not really much you could do with it. I do like the chair in that though, but
well, you got chairs in this one too. Like if you do lift that up, you got the chairs. Like you can see if you do lift, like, you know, this one up.
It's hard because his has a lot more detail, but this has much more space. So it does have its pros and cons there. Also, he mentioned that it has exclusive figures that he loves. This one does too. I got a full thing right here. Sadly, I don't have all the figures, but I got all the lists right here. Darth Vader, exclusive to this set. Imperial Crew, Imperial Navy Trooper. Those guys are all exclusive to this one set. Can't get them anywhere else. So, you know, it is really cool to have those kind of exclusive things that you can't find anywhere else in any other set. It is really nice to have those things.
And another thing that's cool about this one is you see like the handle. You can lift this up. And I think what's cool about that is that you can take this part out right here. So once you lift that up, and you can have basically a guy sit on here and pilot it. And I think that's pretty cool. Like it's like serving as a command station. So I think that's really cool. And then you can slide it back in. And another thing that I do really like, that I feel like this set just offers more, is not only like the cannons here on the sides, but like you lift this up and you put that down, and then you have like the clone gunner thing. Like let me see, like if this thing's being kind of being bad right now, but see, like you can extend this out and it's shooting out just like how episode 3, you saw in episode 3 how, you know, you could put a clone gunner right there and you can do that. So I think, you know, that's a really cool thing about the set. And another really cool thing about it is if you lift this up and you press, like if you move this button on the side, I'm not sure why. Well, that's very weird because some ion cannons are supposed to fall. Like I'll lift it up real quick. Yeah, here they all are. So the cannons right here, I'm not sure why they didn't fall out, but like you can see them in there. I think that's a really cool, you know, play feature with it. I'm not sure why it didn't work, but that's another thing I really like about this set.
So looking at his set, just the side of it, just a side perspective, this one just looks much cleaner from this side. I don't know what it is. It's not made, like he was mentioning, it's not really made for like, you know, like much of a playtime kind of thing where you could just shoot out stuff on the side, shoot other ships and stuff like that. It's definitely made for more of just like a really clean looking set that you just put on display. It is really nice from the side. There's no extra stuff going on the side that's just not necessary. So it is much cleaner in my opinion, and I like, we'll shot that out. I like clean personally. It just makes it much easier to look at, more just appealing to look at. I don't know, you get the best of both worlds with this, because looking at it from the outside, it's very clean. On the inside, you can also, you know, like play with it. You can have fun with this thing. I don't know, I just like the cleanness of it, but you can also have fun with it at the same time.
And another thing really about this one is if you look, I really like just, you know, the back of it, the engines. And unlike this one has an escape pod, which I think is really cool, and that you can deploy like right back out here. And it's even got the engines here. Like I feel like it just brings back nostalgia from the Clone Wars. You can just put it up, and then I mean you don't even notice it. And I mean I think it's just so coolly built. Like I mean it just looks freaking awesome. Like I mean that's really what I'll say. I mean it just looks really cool. Like everything you can do. It's got the control towers up here. I mean one thing is cool. I'm not sure if he's mentioned it yet. Was back there. You know how like the Millennium Falcon. You know like when they like to trash stuff. Like the Millennium Falcon can fall out. Like I think that's cool. They did add that part to the set. That's one thing I'll give that set.
It does have some moving parts to it too. His has a lot more moving parts. This one is more for just like a sit and stay, like I mentioned. But I already shot one of these. But this shoots out some stuff too. It does move. It does have some moving parts. But I'll give him the fact that that has a lot more stuff to utilize and just have fun with in that set.
All right, so let's get just to the closing remarks now. I think, on all honesty, it just depends which your personal preference, sort of say. I mean, because they're about the same price to get them used complete, and if you're a Clone Wars guy like me, I'd much rather get this one because it brings back Episode 3 in the Clone Wars, and I would just much rather have this one.
If you're into sealed sets like I am, I like opening sealed sets. It's just much cleaner. better than dealing with eBay, you know, sellers and bricklink sellers. Not that they're bad. It's just much better. You want to open something on Christmas Day, you open it up, and it's just better. And you can't get that. The price difference is so much higher on that one than a closed box for this one. It's like $120 difference. So it's just not worth it, honestly. This one's so clean. There's there's moving parts. There's such open space in the middle of it. Do whatever you want with. It depends on your preference, like you mentioned. But just having this clean thing, just a nice body to it, it really just makes this one more appealing to me.
Yeah, I like the stickers on this one too, but I think he's right. It's just personal preference. So, and the minifigures are great for both of them. You could sell, you know, the minifigure since there's exclusive figures. You could sell, you know, that one for much more and make a lot of your money back. But I think that's about it for this video.
Yeah, for sure. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. We really need your help for the mock going on. Make sure to reach out to everybody you know. Let them know that we got this mock going and it's gonna be huge. So remember to be back soon, and we'll be back with a video.